noticed you don't curse in your rhymes. Was that the reason why?
Absolutely. There's a few reasons. First and foremost, I knew that I was always a leader, and I finally was stepping into what God called me to be. So if I was going to be an example, I had to do things that other people could look at and say, wait a minute, I want to be like this. So I had to train myself not to curse, to help other people see that there's a way that we can do this without sounding ignorant, without, looking like the, typical black man or whatever it may be. And I trained myself. My roommate, I would make him, I forgot what it was. Anytime I cursed, I would have to do like 50 push-ups.
There you go.
Anytime I curse.
That's why you swole now.
Hey, I ain't where I used to be, but I'm gonna get there though. Not like you. Word. But then I realized that my vocabulary increased as I stopped cursing.
It has you think more, better words you can use instead of using
exactly. Because it's easy to put, the word at the end to match with it, or you know what I'm saying. It's easy to put that at the end, but then I realized I had to actually think deeper. So it was a challenge to myself, as well. I'm a man of God, so I wanted to speak right, as well. So.
Chip on my shoulder. I got something to prove, like a gun in a holster. Loaded, ready to shoot. Got big energy. Ain't scared to dream. Got big energy. Got big energy.
You know this a different energy, right?
So I had an interview with Kid and Ron G a couple months ago.
Shout out to them.
Heck yeah, shout out to those brothers, man. They doing real good right now. We talked about a situation that Lil Boosie stated about the deaths of Takeoff, P&B Rock, Trouble, Nipsey Hussle, and Young Dolph. The rap game is pretty much a dangerous career. Do you feel that way? Even you out there putting positive music, you don't curse, talk about God, but your beats hit, your lyrics hit, but it's still positive. Do you feel like it's dangerous on your side?
I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like
You're more conscious.
Right.
You're more conscious.
Right, most definitely.
Yeah.
But I also know that, I was in the streets. I know all of that. I know the whole scheme. I'm not just, as you already know, I'm not just conscious because I came that way. I'm conscious because I went around all the darkness in order to get to the consciousness, which I'm thankful for. But I feel like the whole world is dangerous now. I mean, you could be sitting in a movie theater and then come blast that up. You could be sitting anywhere. I definitely believe that if it's your time to go, you're going to go, regardless. It's your appointed time. But I do believe that you can speak certain things into the air. You live by the sword, you die by the sword. They say, the tongue is mightier than, the pen. You know what I'm saying? No, actually, I think it's the other way around. But the tongue is like a sword,
basically. The sword is mighty. Well, I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
but the tongue is like a sword, basically. Yeah. And what you speak, it'll come back and cut you. I've seen that happen to myself. So I feel like you can bring certain things upon yourself, and you have to be conscious of the fact that you're going to face a consequence for whatever you do, whether it's good or whether it's bad. The only thing with negative is I might go and slap somebody, and then I might get a gunshot from that later. There's no spectrum to that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen. So, I mean, I just believe that it's a dangerous job, most definitely, because, the fame and the life that we live in, as far as, like, everybody wants clout nowadays.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to get to.
Right.
Speaking of that, yeah, it's dangerous, but should it be? Because a lot of these cats, once they make it to a certain level, they want to become gangsters. Yeah, most definitely. I guess to sell records, and psychologically, that doesn't make sense to me. You stay where you are. You stay what got you there. If you wasn't gangster, if you was Drake before you made it, you be Drake when you make it.
Most definitely.
If you was Will Smith before you made it, you be Will Smith when you make it. Don't be Will Smith and then become 50 Cent when you make it. Or Tupac. That's what Tupac made his mistake at. Yeah. I love me some Tupac. But I believe that's where he messed up at, man.
Most definitely.
But you think that too?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. I see the truth in that. And you spoke a lot about death. When I die, you know what I'm saying? Just as well as Biggie, no disrespect to anybody, but you have to be aware of the blessings that God gives you and be responsible with it, because not everybody get an opportunity to have these seats. Yes. So when you got these opportunities, you can't just come out here and speak this and speak that and not expect for certain things to come your way. You know, because you are put in a level where to whom much is given, much is required. So it's required you to think differently, move differently, act differently, speak differently. You know what I'm saying? So.
And that's leading into my next question. What do you think about the judicial system using lyrics against rappers in criminal cases?
That's a good question as well.
I think rappers need to be more smarter what they put out there. But, let me cut you off real quick. I just thought about this. But, if they're speaking their truth, are they supposed to be fake and not speak their truth?
I believe there's a certain way that you can speak your truth that doesn't become such an influence to people to actually live that lifestyle. There are rappers that I know who speak their truth, but it's clearly in the songs you can see this is what I went through. Hov did that, so hopefully you wanted to go through that. You know what I'm saying? I believe it's the way you articulate it, because you can peddle violence, get money from it, and then when things happen, you can't expect, like, that's life. If you get a woman pregnant, it's going to take 9 months. The baby is going to be born. It's a whole cycle. So if you press start on that recorder, it's going to pick everything up. So you just have to be careful of how you, put things out. And I think that's the main thing, how you articulate it, how you say it.
I agree. All right, your first mixtape ever was called Let Me Help You Up. Mm-hmm. How did that come about?
That was the first mixtape, like you said, when I got out of prison, right? That's actually my little brother's hand on the cover as well. To let me help you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I wanted people to realize, like, when I first got home, you know, I had a lot of blood and dirt on my hands, which, you know, the Lord has forgiven me for. But there are people now, to this day, who, you know, are in positions or, you know, have gotten a struggle from the type of person that I was back in the day, my influence. So I realized that at me being a leader, I had helped some people fall and stumble, and I was given a second chance. So now it was me, let me help you up. Let me help you up with the music that I'm making to help you to understand that if God saved me, he can save you. That there's a positive way to look at it. If you're still alive, you're still breathing, there's still hope. It was an introduction so people could see what type of music that I actually was coming with, you know?
Yeah, oh yeah. You got any other mixtapes coming out?
Oh yeah. I got a new album coming out.
Yeah.
It's called Arise.
Okay.
You know, everything kind of like goes into, you know, you had let me help you up, then you had the doors open, now you got to rise. And this is just like a call for those who, you know, are followers of God, those who are leaders, those who have that passion to become something. Yeah. It's time for y'all to stand up, you know what I'm saying? So it's already written. I'm just waiting on one beat to get made, and it should be recorded this month.
So in August, you put out an album called Doors Open. Tell us about the album and your thought process in creating it.
That right there was after, you know, like I said, let me help you up. The Doors Open was like, okay, let's have the conversation. Let's have the conversation. Be vulnerable with yourself. That's the main thing I was striving to do with the Doors Open, for you to realize that, you know, there's a way, there's a path in order for you to get to that place that you're trying to get, whether you want to be an entrepreneur, whether you want to be a cook, no matter what it is, that door is open, you know, through faith in God and through work. Faith without works is dead. So with that, I was just trying to encourage people. Like I got a song on there called Bad to the Bone. You know what I'm saying? Got to know where you been and know where you at. Hope you get back in the zone. The world ain't your friend. Or owe you no slack. Show them you bad to the bone. Like, just letting them know, like, you got to do this on your own, you know? So that was the main objective with the Doors Open, is like, let's have a conversation about who you are, what you want to be, and how you going to get it done.
Gotcha. Respect. This episode is sponsored by Will Gregg, owner of KME Auto Cosmetics, where you get more than you expect for less than you thought, and it's not by accident. You can locate KME 380 Neely Street, Sumter, South Carolina. Also, you can make contact with the owner, Will Gregg, at 803-840-8190. Jeffrey Lampkin's Country Boy Kitchen. It's like a Sunday afternoon at Grandma's house. Visit their website at www.lordsoulfood.com for location information and to order online. Train So Hard University, where it's just not a movement, it's a lifestyle. You can contact myself, Excalibur Miller, on Facebook, on my Instagram, The Miller Experience, or you contact my brother, T. Miller, on Facebook, or on Instagram, Prodigal Son 36. couple songs, man.
Okay,
And see what your
okay.
thought process.
Okay,
The
I like
champ is
this.
back.
Oh, the champ is
Yeah,
back.
that's my joint right there, man. When I put my training on,
Word.
I got to play it, man.
Man, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's more motivation.
Yeah.
See, I'm all about motivating you. You motivating yourself. For you to look within yourself and say, wait a minute, I might have been through this, I might have been through that, but I'm a champ. Yeah. And today is the day I'm a bounce back. Yeah. So the champ is back is just like, you know, Ali Boombaye,
Ali
you know,
Boombaye.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the vibe I get when I
That's
hear
the
it,
warrior.
man. Yeah.
It's a call for the warrior
Yeah.
within us to stand up.
Yeah.
Because I make music for myself and to ignite things in other people. So that's what that champ is back about.
Bianca story. I listened to it. It reminded me of Brenda Got a Baby.
Man, I appreciate that.
Had a better ending,
Mm.
but it took me back to Brenda's Got a Baby. Tell me the process. Is that something you lived? Is that something you read? 'Cause I believe, like in Brenda Got a Baby with Tupac, he read that story in the newspaper, what inspired him to write that song. That's someone you know. You ain't got to tell us, but what inspired you?
Well,
to write that?
I actually know a few people. It's like Bianca's story is a compilation of the stories of people that I know, certain things that they went through, certain women. So what I did was just made a story that had all of their stories in it to reach those who have actually been through that same thing. Yeah. So it's not just about one. It's about, you know, the abuse of our women as a whole. It's about that dude who actually did the abuse.
Yeah.
You know, it's about the mom
Yeah.
who got on the drugs and, you know, let everything be destroyed in her life, even her own seed.
Yeah.
So it's just a call for the black community or the community as a whole to open their eyes to the fact that we're living with people who have actually gone through this.
Everybody know Bianca.
Everybody knows.
Like everybody know Brenda. Yeah, everybody got one. Yeah. So when that song came out, it seemed like stuff started going ham for you, man.
Man.
Tell us about it, man. I see you out here performing. You know, see you out here performing on stages now, man. Tell us about that experience, man.
Man, it's been a blessing, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Buddha Rat. Buddha Rat gave me my first
Shout out to
opportunity
Buddha, yeah.
to get on the stage and just speak my story and do the Bianca story. You know, when he heard that, like I said, it was on a getaway beat at first. But my man Dramatic, Quentin Wilson, y'all check out his beats. He's fire. He ended up making it like a symphony. You know, making it like a story. But man, the responses have been incredible, man. You know, they really have, because a lot of times as an artist or somebody that does something, you already know you can kind of get discouraged at times because it might not reach as many people.
I feel you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, been there. Yeah.
But the fact that I might be going through a tough time or whatever, because I'm a human being like us all, and somebody might put a message, you know, on Messenger or something, and they say, you know, Bianca's story was incredible. Yeah. You know, it really helped me. Is that a true story? You know, I got so much respect for those who get out here like you. And look, I'm gonna put my idea out here, and you gonna have to see it.
Yeah.
You know, that takes real courage.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
you know?
definitely.
So it kind of goes hand in hand. We put it out, and then those who listen, they give it back to us. And man, it's been such a blessing, man. I'm telling you.
So you're an independent artist, right?
Absolutely.
Would you rather stay independent, or if a major label come to you, would you take it?
To be honest with you,
And why not?
I love the independent game. It's tougher, as we already know. But I'm the type of person, I move and flow with what God brings me, you know, and I try to make the best decision with whatever comes to me. As you know, when we grew up, getting a record deal, that was the thing. And you got a deal, but now it's a whole different game. But, you know, I still work a job. I still do what I do in order to make, the money I need in order to put into my music, pay my bills and stuff. So I'm not going to sit here and say I wouldn't sign a deal, but the deal would have to be right. And the deal would have to be respect for my creative, juices flowing and everything, my ideas. So I got respect for the independent game, but I just got respect for the music artistry, period. So if it came to me and it was right, most definitely I would sign a deal. But in the meantime, no matter what, independent or with a deal, I'm going to keep putting in music.
All right. Respect.
Word.
So what's next for you, man? I see you out here. You doing movies? Are you doing movies or?
Well,
what you got going on?
Yeah, I actually got an opportunity to play a part in a movie. Praise God for that. Shout out to Lee Ray and Bo Jones.
Shout out to those brothers, yeah.
Yeah, good guys. They actually told me about the audition. So I never acted a day in my life, but I went. And, I went and they called me like I went to Atlanta. They called me like a week later. And it was like, yo, we like your energy. We want you in the movie. I can't really speak on too many things about the movie, but it's a great movie, a documentary type joint about, this cool cat from Philly, his life and everything, So it was an amazing experience. They had the makeup artists out there and everything.
Wow.
So it was
everything
cool.
legit.
It was all the way legit, man. And I kept quiet. When you get certain opportunities, you just got to keep quiet and just like watch and observe everything.
When's the expected date we can expect this movie? You can't tell us the name of it.
I'm not quite sure yet, but I know it's sometime this year. I believe it's sometime this year. I'm not quite sure yet.
Network, any specific network or anything? Like Tubi? I got you.
I'm not quite sure about that neither.
I ain't gonna do that to you, man. I ain't gonna do that to you.
I'm still learning too, though.
Yeah. I got you. So next thing we got going on is called Firing Squad. Okay? I'm gonna ask you a series of questions. Just answer to the best of your ability. You can, quick as possible if you can. Okay? So psychology state there's only two emotions: being loved or feared. Which one you rather be?
I'd rather be loved.
Why?
Because God is love.
What's your biggest fear?
I don't really have fear.
Come on, man. We all got a fear.
I don't have fear. Because like I said, I respect God. But I've learned that as a human being, this is the journey that we all go through. And you're going to make it, how you going to make it through it?
That's true.
So I might be cautious about certain things. But I would say my main thing is I want to please God at the end of the day and do what it is that I was put here to do.
Well, I always tell people my biggest fear. I've been through a lot of my life, man, so really nothing really bothers me. I'm like unfazed in certain things. I've seen some shit, went through some stuff. It's like whatever. But I will say my biggest fear is that I got kids.
Most definitely.
My biggest fear is me leaving this earth while they're still young. That's my biggest fear, man. Or me have to bury them first. Those is my biggest fear. That's the only thing. Other than that, yeah, I'm with you on that. What's your not top 5 hip hop albums? It's just top 5 albums, period.
Oh man, you crazy. How would
it don't have to
I'm
be.
gonna do a lightning round on this one. Gotta put the Blueprint in there. Gotta put Stillmatic in there. I listen to both of them at the same time. What else we got? This is a good one. I would have to say the Best of the Temptations. I can't even give you the album, but just put them all in the mix.
All their classes.
Put them all in the mix. Who else we got? DMX.
Yes, all of them.
I would have to. My next album would probably have to be As Dark and Hell Is Hot and Flesh of My Flesh.
Yeah, those are the top 2 right there.
Yeah. So,
but the top 3, his first 3.
Yeah.
His first 3 was all.
Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, and it might not talk, but it's just the passion and the emotion in it was just like it's different. Yeah. So definitely those 5.
Okay. You're stuck on the island. Right? Stuck on the island, right? What's the top 3 things you will bring with you?
I gotta have. Can it be people?
Yeah, it can be people.
Okay. I gotta have my woman.
Everybody says that. Everybody says that.
Sorry, baby. You might not want to be on the island with me, but I gotta have my woman.
Yeah.
I gotta have the Word of God, the Bible, of course, and I gotta have. Oh man. I would say my family, but I don't want to put everybody on the island with me, so I would say chicken wings. I love chicken wings.
I ain't gonna knock you on that.
I love chicken wings, man. But if we on the island, they probably old.
On cheat day.
Yeah, most definitely. Hot wings.
Yeah,
I gotta have some hot wings and some ranch dressing.
Lemon pepper. I gotta add a lemon pepper.
Okay, yeah.
Who you got for the Super Bowl?
I like Pat, man. I like Pat. I like Pat. But I'm with Jalen Hurts all day. I'm not really a football fan per se. Whoever wins, I'm all for it. But I just feel like, Pat Mahomes, he's been there before. You know what I'm saying? I would like Jalen to win. I hope he does, and Philly definitely need it.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
But I'm kind of leaning towards Pat. Just
I want to see Jalen win because some of the stuff he went through, everybody, he been doubted his whole career. When he went through Alabama, had to go to Oklahoma so he could start. People booed. When he got drafted to Philly, they booed him. I want to see him win, but I wouldn't be mad at Pat winning. You got 2 brothers in the Super Bowl. Can't beat that, brother.
You
can't beat that.
That's
all right.
Cool.
So when it's all said and done, when the dust is settled, How do you want the world to remember J.A.C.E?
I want the world to remember me as an example that God really turns all negative into positive. That it can happen for you. I want to be an example of knowing that no matter how dark it gets, as long as you're here, as long as you're breathing, you can be used. It's possible. I want them to see me as a miracle that God has created me to be, and them realizing that they're human, they can be the same.
I appreciate you coming on the show, baby.
I appreciate you.
Hey, man, tell the people how they can get in contact with you, where they can listen to your music, how they can watch your videos, your Instagram, your Facebook, your TikTok, your Bebop, whatever you got going on.
Talk to me.
Put it out there, baby.
Talk to me. I'm J.A.C.E on TikTok. Y'all check it out. It's all motivation on there. Bunch of videos. Y'all can check me out on YouTube. Go like, subscribe, share. J.A.C.E on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I got 2 pages. Promo J.A.C.E. That's the business. And then I have J.A.C.E. DM me. Hit me up. I'm on Facebook as well. I got 2 pages. I got JACE-R, and I got J.A.C.E, which is the actual business page. Hit me up. I'm on all streaming platforms, Tidal, Apple, even ones you never even heard of. I'm on there. So just check me out. And hit me up. Send me a friend request. DM me. We can chop it up. I come do a show, whatever. Let's do it.
Appreciate you.
Man, appreciate
J.A.C.E.
When it's over, they'll remember me.
Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, The Nilla Experience. Comment, like, and share. Comment, like, and share. Comment, like, and share.
Told you being intelligent is whack, so place your bets. My faith is fresh, I'ma make it stretch, cause I sat there eye to eye with the face of death. And you ain't putting work in unless you break a sweat. Bringing back a 4-course meal, keep the table set. Step in my belief, I'm expressive when I speak. Swim back to shore if you trying to tell me I'm too deep, cause I was a stomach ulcer in the belly.